So this is a peace lily. Um, looks a bit wilted. Uh, yeah, I saw a research paper that said that peace lilies, other houseplants can clean the air around the house, or opening window too. That also works too. Yeah. What I was thinking about today was how on the one hand, it seems like technology really helps. mm, it helps expand human um, potential, right? So, but it doesn't. Technology kind of reduces the depth of humanity. So, what I've been feeling lately is the more I get into AI, right? Training my own LLM, large language models, just like the more I get into technology, the more I value and appreciate my humanity. The more the more I feel how beautiful humanity is, right? The way I think of it is like, for example, this phone I'm talking to right now. Um, it's an amazing technology, right? It's amazing, very useful, very fun and entertaining, but it's literally a screen, right? It's literally two-dimensional, right? There's no depth to my phone, right? There's no, it's two-dimensional. Whereas humans, right? People have more depth to them than what the what these technologies give people credit for, right? So I guess this is my way of saying it seems like a lot of people, it seems like probably the normal human experience is that of wanting to get closer to God, right? That's the way I call it, right? Wanting to get closer to God. Right? Technology is a way of getting closer to God. Religion is a way of getting closer to God, right? Power, money, right? All of these are just ways of getting closer to God, right? Getting, more like um, getting closer to, I suppose, the ego, right? Your ego, right? But it really reminds me of like Ram Dass, kind of his message of being human, right? Being vulnerable, you know. Why don't you try being human, right? Of being, flesh and blood, right? Of being, having limitations, right? Having emotions, right? Just as much as I find becoming God, right? Becoming divine important, right? That's a very an elucidating experience, right? Being human is just as important, right? Just being human, opening up my heart, right? My humanity is just as important, if not more so, than becoming God, right? Being human, becoming God. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been um, feeling. It seems like good old Pavlovian conditioning is kind of our crutch. We mistake the thing itself for the idea of the thing, right? We confuse what we want with what we think we want, right? Those are two totally different things. What we actually want and what we think we want are totally different things, right? So that's good old Pavlov, right? Pavlovian conditioning, right? You're mistaking the food with the whistle, right? The bell, right? You're mistaking what you want with what you think you want. And I think that's pretty much like the whole game of life, right? That's kind of like what we're all figuring out, right? We're figuring out there's nothing to figure out. It is certainly strange, when I look at nature, right? There's, for example, this peace lily. It's perfect, right? Not a single blemish I can see on this peace lily, right? I can see that it's wilting on some parts, right? Growing on others, but um, it's absolutely perfect, right? Whereas when it comes to human man-made constructions, right? Buildings, architecture, art, poetry, technology, even people, right? Even like actual people, we judge people, right? And I've always wondered why that's the case, right? Why is nature perfect, right? But why is humanity imperfect, right? But that feeling, right? That feeling is also part of nature too, right? It's kind of like I'm too close to see outside of myself, right? Because I am myself, right? But if I could see outside of myself, right? If I could not myself, then I would see the whole totality, how it's all perfect, or how it all works together. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been thinking about, and I want to be free, or to put it more specifically, to have a free heart, right? To be human-hearted. I to It seems like life is continual, a continual widening, right, deepening of expression, right? Life perpetuates more life, right? Life invigorates more expression, right? You've got birds, you've got trees, you've got clouds, you've got bees. Life is a continual um, opening of more and more diverse expression, right? Of more experience. Whereas what we humans seem to be doing is the opposite, right? We're constraining our expression, right? Like this phone, you know, it's um, it's like uh, it's like a cubicle, right? I don't know. My phone is a square, right? It's a square screen, but that in turn leads to like a limiting of my human expression, right? Because humanity is much more than our screens, right? That's part of us, right? It's part of us, right? But it's much more, right? We have this whole breadth, right? This whole, um, the whole being human, right? The whole being human, right? Which is much, it's what would I call it? The easiest way I can put it is like the difference between a monoculture, right? Like monoculture, right? Hundreds of miles of cornfields, right? Versus a woodland, right? With hundreds, thousands of species of birds and insects and fungi and trees and right. So that's kind of like the way I see it, right? Life perpetuates more experience, more expression.